Greetings, Ranger fans. I'm Bryan Montgomery, joined today by head coach Bryan Hickman of the Jesuit Dallas football squad. The Rangers heading full steam into the UIL State Championships, opening up the bi-district round against Mesquite Horn here at Postell Stadium on 7:30 this Friday. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. And before we really start talking about this playoff game, there's a lot to get into. You've had a week, and it's really been a historical moment for this Jesuit Dallas program. The first time you've ever gone undefeated in district play, the first time you've ever won the outright district championship. Now that the regular season is over, I know a lot of the attention this week has been paid towards the playoffs and everything that's going to be going on over the next few weeks. But have you taken the time to kind of sit back and reflect on how well this district season has gone?
I really haven't. Just kind of looking ahead to the playoffs. You're always looking at the next game, and so I haven't had time to sit back and really soak it in that we were able to go undefeated and only have one loss on our record, which is amazing. Season's been a lot of fun with the kids. They've done a great job every week preparing, and the coaching staff's done an awesome job as well. And so we want to keep it going and keep playing, and tomorrow night ought to be a good game for us.
Let's start talking first about that offense. With that running game, what has been that real key to the success? I know you mentioned the offensive line earlier, but a lot of the credit also has to be given to how well these running backs are with their vision on the field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a good vision up front in our backfield. They're opening up some good holes out there. Of course, I'm a little biased. I coach the offensive line. But, no, our running backs are very, very good. They run hard. I think that's the main thing. You see our kids, they're going to get 4 or 5 yards. We slowly will plug away at people. But, we've got 3 out of 5 linemen that are juniors up front that have had great seasons, and then 2 seniors that have also done a really good job. They're on the right side with Metz, and Jimmy Patterson has been a big surprise this year. Has had a great year as well. So, it's all in all. We work on the run game quite a bit, more than we have in previous years because we were a little bit more throw-oriented. And now, we're able to lock down on the run game a little bit more and really work some different formations with our run game. Having a quarterback that can run the ball as well with Jacob Polish always opens up some more things for you.
And then really the key piece of how the Rangers have found success in that run game has been shown through the time of possession. As we talked earlier on in the season, that was really a key reason why the team was able to do so well in huge games early on in the campaign, and it's continued throughout the year. And I think definitely in the first half it shows because the Rangers were able to hop out to huge halftime leads, and a lot of that is by just keeping the ball, keeping the drives alive, and ultimately punching in. And just for you as coach, that's got to be just like watching everything you want to see unfold right in front of your eyes when it comes down to game time.
It is. I mean, that's something we want to do is control the clock, and keep our defense off the field, keep those guys fresh. I think most games we've been able to do that. I know 2 weeks ago, the Irving Mack game, we weren't able to control the clock quite as much as we were in previous games. The Bowie game and also the Skyline game was a big one, controlling the time of possession and moving the chains. That's the key for us is moving the chains, getting first downs, get yourself in the red zone, have an opportunity to score. I don't know what we are in the red zone, but I think it's pretty high as far as coming away with touchdowns and points. So our kids have really done a good job with once we get in there, really stay focused. Things tighten up a little bit and teams tend to blitz you a little bit more down there, and our kids have done a good job of picking that up and also making some big plays with the passing game as well down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and you mentioned the specialized plays inside the red zone. Another big piece has been the Rangers' ability to convert on 3rd and 4th down, and then even so, the emergence of John Wingierski as an outstanding field goal kicker. You know he can be good from anywhere between, I think, 35 to 42, I think, has been his longest this season. And having that kind of usability and having that kind of flexibility, I guess, inside of those pressure situations has also been a key piece of how the team has found such success.
Sure. I mean, he made a field goal before, I want to say, Nimitz game at halftime there. Really deep, 42-yard, 43-yard field goal that gave us momentum going into halftime. He's been accurate all season for us. Marco Navarro has also done a really good job for us, too, on, the sky kicking with kickoffs. And, our special teams is much improved from a year ago as well. So, we've been able to return the ball back and get some good returns. And then Jacob Polish has done an outstanding job when we have to punt to pin people deep there and make some big plays with our kicking game. So, We just got to keep that going. All three phases tomorrow night: offense, defense, and special teams. Be clicking at a very high level because the room for error is very small once you get in the playoffs.
And you talk about the defense. You have John Michael Pretty in the backfield. You have Peyton Long. You have Ryan Brooks. Jordan Rice has emerged. The list goes on and on. Jack Metz with several forced fumbles this year. Running backs rarely, if ever, get to that second level, and they turn your opponents into really one-dimensional teams. They're forced to pass, and then you throw into that backfield. It's so difficult for them to find quality completions with that very difficult and very stringent Ranger secondary.
Yeah, I mean, it starts up front, with our defensive line, with Jordan and Metz, and also with Brooks. Those three guys have done a great job this year anchoring down, keeping offensive linemen off of our linebackers and our secondary, and so those guys are able to flow around and make plays. But those three guys have really anchored it and done an outstanding job, and we're pursuing to the ball better than I've seen since I've been the head coach here. We got those guys that run into the football, and they're gang tackling, and that's good team defense. And our defensive staff has done a really good job in practice, really emphasizing getting to the football, because you don't want to be out there with one guy missing and then there's daylight. Especially teams that have a lot of speed. So that's going to be the key tomorrow night: is get to the football, create some turnovers too. Anytime you're in the playoffs, you got to try to create some turnovers to get momentum shifted your way. But our defense has played great all season, and I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow night step up to the challenge.
And you mentioned creating those turnovers, creating the opportunities for your offense to cash in. You're going up against a quarterback for Mesquite Horn who only has 3 interceptions on the season. He has over 1,800 yards passing heading into this game. And that's the thing is you look at the matchup, and these are two very similar teams in how they attack offensively and how they're able to produce points. It's almost like you're playing into a mirror, knowing how well you can play against your type of offense. It looks like you're going to be facing a similar adversary in Horn on Friday.
Oh, we are. I mean, we're very similar offensively. We might run the ball a little more, but they'll try to establish a run game as well. They have a talented quarterback, a couple of good receivers. But yeah, they are very similar offenses, very similar route combinations that we run, that we noticed on film, that both of us run the same type of routes. And the quarterback's done a good job this year navigating their offense, and we're accepting the challenge tomorrow night. You always want to play against good teams. So, that's something that we're looking forward to tomorrow night, is playing against a good offense and seeing if our defense will step up and rise to the occasion, which we know they will.
All right, well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you on Friday. Once again, the Rangers taking on Mesquite Horn. This is a game you do not want to miss. 7:30 p.m. kickoff here at Postell Stadium in the UIL by-district round. And as always, Ranger fans, be sure to keep it locked into JesuitRangers.org for all of your up-to-date Rangers info.